Hey tennis players, Coach Chris here, coming from beautiful Antigua, Guatemala, where I'm currently living. Today I'm going to be going over a relatively basic movement, but that causes a lot of trouble with tennis players, and that's the toss on the serve. So we're going to go over how to do it and some exercises and repetitions that you can do in your home that can improve those. So to get right into it, this motion, you want to imagine that you have a kind of a foam roller on your arm right here, kind of restricting your forearm to your bicep right around here. Okay, so this motion is straight. Okay, so you're locking the elbow in and you're locking the wrist. So you're eliminating these two variables when you're doing the tossing motion, and you're mainly using the shoulder. Okay, because I see a lot of players when they toss, they're using all three. They're using their shoulder, their bicep, and their wrist, and additionally their fingers as well. So actually that's four. So that's, you know, four chances that things can go wrong. So we want to kind of mitigate those risks, and by that we're just using our shoulder. So you can put your right hand on it to feel it, and just low. We've been doing that a couple times without the ball just to get the feeling, because like any type of movement, you need to get the repetitions in there. So if you're taking, let's say you're new to tennis, you're taking a 1 hour private lesson a week, which is fantastic, and let's say you spend 15 minutes on your serve every week, you're still going to only be getting, I don't know, maybe 50 reps in terms of how many tosses you're going to do. You're also doing that while you're trying to hit the ball. So you're learning how to toss, but you're also learning the swing, two really relatively complicated things at the same time. So by taking away the toss and just doing this at home, you might be a little more comfortable. So when you do go back on the court, even for your 1 hour a week, you know you have a bit more confidence in what you're doing with the toss. Okay? So again, the arm is staying straight. In terms of the release, I like to say you're just releasing the ball up to the sky. So that's kind of what I like to do. There's different ways you can hold it. I like to hold it relatively relaxed, so my body gets a little more relaxed. I like to hold it with all 5 fingers on the ball, and when I release, it's like a, I don't know, blossom or something like that. Nice and soft. So you can even practice something like that. When I release it, notice the ball doesn't have any spin on it as well. Okay, because I see a lot of players do this, you know, they roll it with their fingers and stuff, roll it with their wrists. That's just going to cause a lot of inconsistencies. So now we know how to toss. How do we get better? You just do it a lot. Okay, we're talking, some people it might take some people thousands of repetitions to get this. It might take some people 10 or 20, but you got to be the amount of reps you need to do until you get it done is how many you feel. Okay, so if you feel confident after 10, you're good, that's awesome, but you might not. So let's just get better. The first I would say the first way to get better is practicing with the ball in your hand, starting around your leg, starting down here. So not a really big wind back, because you're not really tossing it that high, so you don't need to toss it. Bring your, like, not like a backswing. So I say this a lot, like you're putting in golf: short backswing, long follow through. Short backswing, long follow through. So just try a couple like that, nice and easy. You're just trying to keep this straight, just to get the motion down. You can do this while listening to music or something, or a podcast. Okay, once you get that down, again, you might want to do that 50 times a day, 100 times a day, just that repetition. Okay? After we get a little comfortable doing that, we're gonna add a little bit of a toss, not a huge one, just a little bit, so that we toss it and we catch it. So I'm not tossing it super high, I'm tossing it about 15-20 centimeters above where I release it, just to kind of get that idea. And if you're talking like reps and sets, you can do like 10 repetitions, take a break, do that again for 5 sets. So again, you get 50 reps. So now we've got 50 reps without throwing it. We've got 50 reps throwing it a little bit. Okay. Obviously, the next progression is throwing it a little bit higher. Okay. So we're gonna throw it higher. Now we're throwing it about I don't know, 30, 35 centimeters above where I let go, and I'm still catching it. Notice I'm not moving around with my feet. They're nice and solid. Okay. So we've started from nothing, and we moved up to a little bit of a toss. Now we've moved up to a bigger toss, and now finally, in order to add a bit of to imitate kind of what the racket arm is doing, we're going to throw it up and we're going to catch it. Okay, so we're going to throw it up and catch it. We're still emphasizing the tossing arm. The catching arm is kind of whatever for this case. We're just using that as a bit of a, to make it a bit more real, but we still want to focus on this tossing arm. So even in this quick video, I've probably done, I don't know, 30, 40 reps. My shoulder's feeling good. I'm getting a bit more confident in this. This is especially needed for those players who are being introduced to tennis, maybe at a later age, and that might not have been exposed to sports necessarily at a younger age. So these kind of, I would say like tossing a ball is a primary like physical skill, and you know, not everyone has that. So again, if I'm teaching this to a 5 or 6 year old, they're going to get it really quickly, and they're going to probably have that skill for life. If players didn't learn that at a young age, it's a little more difficult to, you know, to train your body. It's not impossible, but it just takes time and it takes repetitions. So if you're really serious about improving your serve, get on your rooftop, go in your living room, go to a park, a driveway if you have that, a balcony, but just try not to drop the ball. But just the amount of time that you put into serving practice in a private lesson or a hitting session, it might not be enough. So you just need to supplement that with some off-court work. You know, this is kind of similar to doing squats or doing push-ups in a gym. You're just building up the repetitions to get a little stronger, right? We're doing these tossing repetitions to get stronger. So when we actually are on the court and we're playing, you know, we can focus more on, I don't know, having fun and the strategy of things instead of, you know, can I toss? So let me know if you like the video. Let me know if I can explain anything else. I hope I made it pretty clear. And again, just to summarize, you want to have your arm fully straight. You're doing this motion with the shoulder, and you're releasing with the hand. Like that's the technical basis of a toss. And then it's just a number of repetitions. So get out there. You can do this. Like, a serve is definitely possible. A good serve is for sure possible. It just needs some time and some repetitions. So good luck.